The Iranian regime has reportedly executed 19-year-old champion wrestler Saleh Mohammadi for protesting against leadership in the country. Reports say that Mohammadi was killed in public in a hanging by the Iranian regime to snuff out the ongoing movement seeking to topple it.
According to Iranian state media, he was accused of killing two police officers, quote, with knives and swords during the January protests in the Middle East nation. Human rights groups say Mohammadi was executed without a fair trial. Sardar Pashaei is with us now. He is a former Iranian wrestling champion, and your brother is still living in Iran. What were your thoughts when you heard about this?
Hi, thanks for having me. It's very sad, in the morning when I woke up and I saw his name because we have been campaigning for him, making video, raising awareness about his case. He was only 19 years old. I was 19 when I became a world champion. In that age, you are thinking about getting gold medal in Olympic Games, but they put this guy in a solitary cell, tortured him and executed him. I think in Iran, as an athlete, they're not proud of you like other countries. They don't like when you're make proud for your country. They're proud of executing Sharia law, executing these young women and or lashing women. This is the nature of regime that we're dealing with.
To your point, athletes are speaking up about this, and I wanted to read one of the quotes here from a former Olympic athlete, Eli Brimmer, saying, quote, "Murdering a teenaged iconic athlete shows how deeply depraved the Iranian leadership is. President Trump has and continues to do the right thing to ensure this regime is destroyed. A regime that is willing to murder a teenage athlete is a regime that would be willing to murder Americans if given the chance." And that brings us to the biggest news story across the globe, Operation Epic Fury, this campaign of America-Israel acting against Iran. And when you see that, and also the retaliatory action that Iran has taken, where do you stand with that? Do you support what America is doing?
I think Iranian regime is the most anti-American country in the world, most anti-woman regime on the planet, and they are the biggest danger and threat for the world. So when I speak to people inside Iran through Starlink, a few messages that we get, people have a mixture of feeling. First, they're happy when they see these military bases, detention centers, all of this sign of symbol of suppression all being destroyed. At the same time, they're worried that this regime survive. They're afraid of the Iranian regime more than anything else. So I think for us, when we see that all of the top commanders, Ayatollah, or these terrorists are gone, that's a good sign and good news for us.
But it also makes them more desperate to take any measures to cling to power. You know, what we've been seeing them willing to do is stunning. And you have family there in Iran, and they've been personally affected by this regime. Your younger brother was a world wrestling champion, and he was arrested by the regime as well. What happened to him?
He was a medalist in the world in wrestling. They arrested him because Iranian regime has a long history of hostage taking. They take your dear one, torture them, to break them, and at the same time break you thousands of miles away. They tortured him so severe that he could not sit for 21 days, yet interrogators were questioning him while he was laying back in his solitary cell to send you this message that whoever stand against Ayatollah, Sharia law, this is the price that they pay. But now we're talking together, Ayatollah is dead, we're alive and still fighting for our future.
Sardar, talk to us about the pictures we're seeing, the photos we're seeing. We saw some older ones of wrestling. Can you walk us through what we watched?
Yes, this was Romania, and I got a silver medal there. And also this is Salman, my beautiful brother. Before and after, they tortured him for 90 days.
Oh my goodness, that is
wow.
the same person.
Yes, and this is me when I was too young, becoming a champion, one of my first medal that I got. And this is two of us, Salman and I, we are buddies, we're traveling everywhere together. When he was in the solitary cell, it was the most difficult time for me because he didn't make any crime and they were punishing him to silence me. But I'm proud that I came here, became a proud citizen, and I do whatever I can do to be the voice of my people.
It's been 2 weeks since you spoke with your brother. Is that right? Do you remember what was your last conversation like?
Yeah, it was before the internet shutdown. And every Saturday, we family get together, all brothers and sisters. You know, this is the only way we connect. But now you see that even they took away from you, you know, to disconnect these families together because they're afraid of, you know, people.
Yeah, they've been going after those Starlink connections, knowing that they can break up families that way. Sardar Pashaei, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
And best of luck to your brother.
Yeah.